No, my phone is with them. You understand?
I'm going to go.
No, my worry. Starting the league, finishing ball. You see what's going on, yeah? Naira Marley people and what's it called by himself? We'll see.
Mad, let me do angel. I think it's
no.
So guys, you see this video you are watching, guys. I'm going to be showing you guys, like, it has been exposed of how Naira Marley actually treated Mohbad. Like me, I was trying to control the way I spoke about this issue because I did not want to accuse anybody wrongly. But guys, with what I'm going to share with you in this video, guys, you are just going to see it clear that actually they wanted Mohbad dead. And in fact, this guy, it's sad to say, but this guy has been dead a long time ago. They were just looking for the final guy to finish him up. With what I'm going to be sharing with you in this video, they were actually looking for the final guy. They were bullying this guy and they were draining life out of this guy slowly. So guys, one of the most popular blogs, guys, and I can also call them investigators, like investigative journalists, guys, they have been investigating Mohbad's case, and guys, they are here with a lot of proof. They have been discussing with Mohbad's close friends, they have been discussing with people, and there's a lot of proof of what Naira Marley was actually doing to Mohbad. So I'm going to be reading these, guys. So this was what the GBL Nation said, which is the Gist Real blog. And you know, once all those people drop information, guys, they said that is true or it's very close to be true. You understand? So I'm going to be dropping this here, guys. So they were like, hello, it's with so much pain I'm typing this. The reason is that this boy really fought hard. He tried so hard. He gave Death a tough time, but Death won at last. Mohbad was one of the young street boys who rose to stardom from the street of Ikorodu. You know those days of making freestyle and boom, it goes viral online. So with one of his videos going viral online, he got noticed and got signed into a record label named Maliam Music, owned by a certain Peckham drug lord named Aziz Fashola, which is Naira Marley. Naira Marley signed other young artists too, and everything was going on smoothly in the record label. Little did they know that there is more to just being in the record label and singing songs, since the record label is owned by a drug lord. There are some certain sacrifices you need to do as to stay relevant in the record label. First is you are initiated into peddling of drugs. Second is you will also take an oath of secrecy, never to reveal things going on in the label. Their boss, who is now an ambassador to NDLEA, trained them all, and they were doing so well, taking and peddling drugs. Then it got to the level of secrecy oath, and Mohbad refused. Zina and some other artists in the record label did all the necessary oath rights, but Mohbad refused. They gave him time to have a rethink, and during those times they sidelined him. The record label boss left him useless in the label, but was promoting Zeno back to back. He even gave out one of his street sisters to Zeno, making the knack. That's why you see Zeno dropping hits and looking like a rag. His life is under control of the label and he can't opt out. Mohbad started complaining that he needs promotion too, that Naira can't be promoting Zeno alone and leave him hanging. That was the beginning of their fight. It was from one argument to another. It got worse that they go physical most time, and Naira hates to be challenged so bad, but Mohbad was always the only one challenging him in the label. So aside these record label boys, he has other young boys he recruits who helps him carrying out his drug business. One thing led to another. He started restricting Mohbad from going out alone. If he goes out, he sees people trailing him. It was that bad. He then confided in some of his friends and they told him to run for his dear life. If not, it's a lifetime contract or they take his life. On hearing that, he summoned Naira Marley that he wants to leave the record label. That was the beginning of nightmare. Naira refused, saying he can't just opt out like that, and this generated into serious argument, and Mohbad was beaten blue black by Naira Marley's boys. One of his arms even got broken in the process. Bella was in the know of all this happening. He was updating Bella how things were going. He managed to stay in the record label for a month more. Then one evening he wrote a letter as advised by his friends, trying to make it official that he wants to leave the record label. Naira Marley tore the letter right in front of him and walked him out. That night Mohbad said he was done and walked out of his boss. Naira on the other hand, seeing that his life like this boy don't mean business, he went out to plan with NDLEA officials to come raid Mohbad so that even when they finally fall out and Mohbad try to say all he knows, people will call him a drug addict and not pay attention to his words. Luckily that when NDLEA raided their house, he went on live and spilled some things, but Naira was ready for damage control. He said it was drug that made him say such things, and he abused drugs a lot. He was taken to the hospital after the NDLEA saga, even though nothing was wrong with him. A few days after he was discharged, his team reached out to me and said he was contemplating suicide, that I should please save them from Naira, that they are small boys trying to fend for themselves. I told them to write another letter and sent to Naira. If he tears it or not this time around, it's not on him. They wrote the letter and sent me a copy. After I got the letter, I then wrote a warning post. I did a warning post telling Naira to stay off him, else I go release wetin dey cook when house take burn, and all their drug peddling business. After I called him out and the second letter was written, I told them to also post it on Mohbad's page for record purpose. That was how this young man escaped Naira Music. Naira first blacklist for industry. You know this their industry is man no man. It's deeper than wetin una know. After blacklisting him, he started sending threats to his parents, say their son dey talk about say them go mourn, and if they no want threat everywhere. The trailing still didn't stop. One day he was waylaid and beaten by Naira's boys. They took his phone, wiped every single thing on the phone, all the contacts, every single thing. After he left the record label, he tried to pursue his career on his own. Bella and Zlatan also stood by him, but he didn't find it easy as Naira don put mark for his body for industry. He started facing rejection. No promoter was willing to work with him, but Bella stood his ground and gave him a shoulder. At some point, Naira sent his boys after Bella, but they missed him. Yet he didn't stop supporting Mohbad. Make we not go long matter sha. Strange numbers started calling. They won't leave him until he is 6 feet, that he can't dine with them and opt out. He lived his whole life on fear. When he welcomed his son, this whole matter was one of the reasons why he didn't announce. He know they might come for his son, so he kept it under wrap. There are countless shows he secured, and 9 minutes they will cancel him and tell him they got an order from above not to use him. But in all this, man not be God. His glory was so loud that darkness couldn't overshadow him. Without all the show promoters, godfathers in the industry, he was doing so well just on his own. Few of his friends who are influencers and dancers stood by him too. They gave him the push. Being a sabi boy, he started picking up and was doing so well for himself all alone. The threat didn't stop. Spiritual attacks here and there, laying ambush for him at any given opportunity. Just recently, Paulo took him to the African Fest, and Naira sent his boys in the UK to attack Mohbad, but again they missed him. Just last week, Sam Larry, sponsored by Naira and his gang, waylaid Mohbad and beat him mercilessly, aiming for his life. He managed to escape, and we thought that was it. Now, on what led to his death, be say anybody when Mohbad tried to mix friends with, Naira must buy them with money just so they can always give him details about Mohbad, except for Zlatan and Bella. Mo lost a lot of friends to Naira's bullying, so there is this friend that sticks around and was always with Mohbad. On Sunday, they both went to perform at Degenerate Bitters launching in Ikorodu. The friend was with him all through the show. After the show, one thing led to another, and Mo got into an argument with the friend. The argument got intense and they exchanged blows, not knowing to Mohbad that the friend got a ring. So guys, that was like the basic thing that happened, and guys, this story has not ended, and I'm going to continue the story guys once I receive an update. If you know you follow this to the end, kindly hit the subscribe button, because when I post the next part of the story guys of what really happened to Mohbad and how the ring the friend war guys caused a lot of things, I'm going to be posting it, and guys, just hit the subscribe button and wait for that video.